Upon further reflection of this book, it has me a bit conflicted. Here's why.
No, that's right.
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
I know that's right.
What word do I overuse?
No, that's right.
Hi guys, it's your girl Savvy C. Welcome back to I Know That's Right, a weekly video series where I get spoiler-free book reviews revolving around a monthly theme. And January's theme is all things origin stories. I thought it'd be perfect topic to kick off the new year, have a fresh slate, fresh start, and just hear about how someone's journey and how they came to be where they are now. I think it's really fascinating how we all have a unique path carved out for us, for you, for me, for all of us, that only you and you alone, me and me alone can fulfill. So I just want to explore that more. And to kick off the month today, I'm talking about Dr. Meg Jay's The Defining Decade, Why Your 20s Matter and How to Make the Most of Them Now. I heard about this book through just like the virtual internet grapevine, if you will. A lot of it popped up when it was graduating season, so May, June, that time of the year. This past year I graduated, turned 22 in July, and so when it comes being a 20-something recent graduate, this is just a book that was common to pop up on lists and come up on my radar. So I thought to look check it out. And this book is 272 pages, 16 chapters, which are broken into 3 sections. Those 3 sections are work, love, and then lastly the brain and the body. Yada 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 yada. Okay. And together this book highlights this cultural phenomenon / great conundrum of how it seems that everyone who isn't a 20-something wants to be a 20-something, right? So it's, the media will glamorize it. So, books, TV shows, whatever will glamorize it. But then for those who are 20-somethings themselves, they are just like counting down the days till they're out of it, or they're just looking towards the future. This idea of, 30 is the new 20. So it's just, that paradox in our culture right now. This book just really breaks that down. And so Dr. Jay that's funny, I had Dr. Jay as a clinical psychologist, a professor at the University of Virginia. Her specialty and what she has been, working on within years of her craft is within adult development and working specifically with 20-somethings. And so this book is just a culmination of all of her, hours upon hours. She got her 10,000 hours in, okay, Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers, and just put that all into this book and just shared the common themes and, just the common themes, that came out through all the stories she heard, and then broke it down into those 3 sections. This book does a great job in giving, first person narratives and just sharing, a variety of, 20-something stories, 30-somethings, 40-something stories, all within just life and whatever it brings, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I like particularly the work section. That was the most fruitful and spoke the most to me. I like that. Love was good in the sense of talking about, picking your family and how, picking a partner, engagement period, living together, cohabitation, and then, brain and body talk about how, it changes over time and how, this decade is key to really, build upon, and just, or not build upon, have a foundation to build upon for the rest of your life. Now, with that being said, let's get the good out of the way first. What had me so conflicted and what was kind of the most ironic part about it to me was that in Dr. Jay sharing all these stories where, they're just stressing how important it is to, make use of your time and, don't throw this away. 30 isn't the new 20, that isn't a thing. You're not going to get your 20s back, make the most of it. It then creates this just immense level of pressure. I felt as a 22-year-old while reading this, I felt an immense sense of pressure on me to then go out and do everything, you know, finds, you know, someone that, you know, find a romantic partner that I can see, you know, longevity with, you know, start that business I've been wanting to do, it was big like LLC Twitter energy throughout this book. Sometimes I'm just like, if you didn't, you know, remember like when quarantine starts, like, if you don't come out of this with a new trade, or, you know, you don't have an LLC behind your name, or if you don't have a G-Wagon, then it's your fault. Like, it was kind of giving that to a certain extent. And so it's just kind of ironic to me and like weird that in her saying like make use of this time, it also felt like this is the only time you can to do the things you want to do. So it's like, I don't know, it was just a weird juxtaposition in my opinion. And while, you know, taking that in with a grain of salt, which I urge you to do if you have or have not read this book, I was reminded, thankfully, of, you know, people who I look to, who are successful, who I feel are successful, people like Harrison Ford, people like Toni Morrison, who in their 30s, mid to late 30s, really started their careers. You know, Toni Morrison was 34, 35, I want to say. No, she was in her 30s when she published her first book, the masterpiece that is The Bluest Eye. You know, Harrison Ford, my birthday twin, hey, go Cancers, was again 34, 35, 36 when he got his big break as Han Solo in the Star Wars trilogy. So it's just like, everything, you know, it's okay if everything doesn't happen in your 20s. Make the most of it, absolutely. Don't waste the time you have. I think 2020 has taught us that so well, to not take anything for granted. But then also don't sit back and think that, oh, like on the eve of your 30th birthday, you look back at the past 9 years and you're just like disgusted and just think that you just threw them all away. So that was just, you know, the big thing, the big warning label I would put on this book as I recommend it to my fellow 20-somethings. I give this book 3 stars. I recommend it to my fellow 20-somethings, like I said. Also, I recommend it to perhaps parents of 20-somethings. I don't know if I'm reaching that audience through this medium, but perhaps maybe, you know, it can give you some perspective on, especially now, you know, with quarantine, you might be still living with your 20-something-year-old at home. Give them perspective as just the immense pressure we're under, and just under great unprecedented times. I think it will be a good, you know, bonding tool, if you will, between the two of you. Maybe, you know, little family book club going. Let me know if you guys do that. All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm sending my love to wherever you are in the world where you're watching this. Be sure to comment down below your thoughts on this, of, you know, 30s a new 20, how your 20s were, how are you making the most out of your 20s, etc. I want to hear your thoughts on this. And be sure to share this with someone who you think would like this book, who would benefit from reading this book. And I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye!